Well, here are the topics that we're going to cover. It's important if we're going to be talking about philosophy or anything dealing with doctrinal truth that we define our terms. One of the biggest problems in Christianity is that terms are not defined well, and so Christians end up talking past each other a lot and falling into linguistic and logical fallacies. We're going to be talking a little bit about that later, but first we're going to try to do what we should do and define some terms. And then we're going to be talking about natural law. I think natural law is logic's best friend. I think natural law and logic kind of go hand in hand. We don't understand natural law or logic perfectly, but there's a lot there that we can understand that will keep us on that path. And then we're going to be talking about shortcuts to understanding natural law. There's one thing about studying science over the eons and coming up with theories and axioms about how nature works and even how the human condition works or doesn't work. But there are some shortcuts to understanding and following that. And I'm going to try to show you how they're wonderful things that just kind of get us to what is right faster. Number 4, we're going to be talking about law and order. Not so much civil law, but so much about order and about the order in the universe and how that directs us toward natural law and how it's the order in the universe that is logic's best evidence for what is true. 5th, we're going to get into some specifics then in Christendom and the logical contradictions and how these have just unfortunately undercut logic and undercut reason and confused a great deal of things in Christianity. And two of those, we're going to talk about 2 of those logical fallacies and how that's just undermined logic to some very sad extent. And lastly, we're going to talk about the 4 essentials of a good argument and how this is logic's solution. This is, if we follow these 4 essential rules for looking for what is true and debating with our friends and talking with contrarians and people like that we might come across in our lives and online, if we follow these 4 essentials of good argument, we're going to make more progress than we might think. So here are our overall objectives. We want to show how logical reasoning is a pillar of Catholic thinking. Now, we've read in the Bible where the church is the foundation of truth. Not the Bible. The Bible came out of the church, as many of you will know. But how logical reasoning can help us understand not only the rational, reasonable way Catholic doctrine is structured, but how the world around us is reasonable. It's not arbitrary. We're not guided and controlled by faith. And so in that respect, I want to provide you with intellectual ammunition to effectively defend Catholicism and your faith, so that not only can you defend faith, but you can demonstrate love and you can grasp onto hope for not only you, but your friends and acquaintances. So that's what we're going to try to do throughout all this presentation. So here we go. First topic is logic, and we're going to define some terms. Terms like logos, argument, opinion, validity, and fallacy. The whole concept of logos, you see the Greek